Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and look at what happens. Fresh off of the upset of Ohio State, Joe Richard, the tight end from Minnesota, he commits. He's our highest overall skill position right now. And look at below him, our number one recruit, Marcus Rutledge, 78 overall cornerback, commits to our team. He said, after I seen that, I gotta go there because we're on our way up. Kenny Wilson, look at this, 1,100 points after visiting our school this week. And look at this, man. Dominique Martin committed to our team. Calvin McDuffie committed to our team. Look at all these points we're getting from this visit. If it wasn't for that W we got, that wouldn't be that many points. So that's a good sign to see these recruits committing to our school, especially, man, seeing our top two recruits after seeing that upset committing right away. So now looking at our conference standings, we don't have a chance of making the conference championship, but we knocked Ohio State back to 11, so we probably ruined their national championship hopes unless everybody straight loses in the top 10. I mean, that's the only way they'll probably get in the national championship. Let's look to see who they'll play in the championship. It's looking like Northwestern right now. Let's see, who do they lose to? They lost the second game, so they lost to Michigan 21-40. Then they're playing 0-11 Illini, so they're going to win that game. Let's actually look to see what we're ranked. I think we can look at our ranking here. Let's see. So top class, let's see where we're ranked in the nation. So right now we're ranked 34 in the nation, which isn't bad. I mean, you think about Indiana Hoosiers Football, they're not really a big recruiting school, but we have 3 4-stars, 6 3-stars. So looking at what we have here in our recruiting board, not too many people I added this week. This guy I actually found, I think it was last week I found him. He's a receiver, 78 overall, but he's got 84 speed, which isn't that good, but 88 route running, 88 catching spectacular catch, 85 catching traffic, 85 release. I mean, so this is a pretty good guy. I mean, he's slow, but I do need somebody who can just go up and get it, and this could possibly be that guy. I mean, 84 speed is really, really slow. Don't get me wrong. He's out of Maryland, but honestly, I can make it work. You know, if I have an outside guy, I can have speed at the slot or wherever. And Alex Stewart is a guy I added last week. Look at his stats. If you look at this, man, he's got 96 speed, 90 acceleration. So he's going to be a burner for sure, 94 return, but he's got 59 carrying, which I don't know how I feel about that because that is super, super low. I don't know how often he would be fumbling, but maybe definitely somebody I can have as a third down back, maybe a scat back. We'll see. But 96 speed, we definitely got to use that. John James is still our number 3 prospect. Chris Savoy is a guy I added last week, I believe. He's a decent D tackle. Corey Nichols is a guy I just found. So he's actually a diamond, 79 overall, but he got 89 speed, 82 excel though. I don't like that 82 excel too much. But I think the reason why he's rated so high is because his carrying is at 79. Usually freshmen come in with very, very low carrying. Like I said, this guy was 59 carrying. So he comes in with 79 carrying, which is high. But, I mean, the rest of his ratings aren't that good. The last guy I did add is Rich Singleton, 86 speed, 84 excel. Doesn't have anything really great, but his zone coverage is 75. He's a strong safety, 63 man. I mean, he might be a guy just redshirt, see how good he progresses. Willie Lowe is another guy. I think I just added him. Maybe not. No, I didn't just add him, but he's been sitting there. So towards the bottom here, oh, this is one other guy I added, James Simmons, who's pretty decent. I mean, he's pretty decent. Actually, I didn't just add him. I added him a couple weeks ago, actually, but I mean, he's decent. Like I said, like 75 in the 70s in all the block shedding attributes, 70s in tackling. So maybe he's a guy that I could use down the road, maybe redshirt him or something. But let's just get into this gameplay. Going up against Purdue, and this is the last game of the season. So all the seniors that are stepping out onto the field is the last game they're gonna get to step on the field in the regular season before our bowl game. But let's just get into it. Let's get it. Now that I'm seeing Purdue in action, I kind of like those that color combination on their uniforms, that black and like a gold color. I kind of like that, the way they're looking. So I think they're actually a 2-star school, if I'm not mistaken. I was thinking about looking at other dynasties, maybe doing a 1-star dynasty after this one's completed, obviously. And looking at one-star schools, Purdue, I think, is a 2. They might be close enough, but I'd probably want to go to a different conference instead of the Big Ten. But Purdue is definitely a team that would have been fun to do because they don't have a lot of star athletes. It's a team that you really had to build up. Same with Indiana as well, but we did have a couple of players like Simi Cobbs, like Rashard Fant, that were 90 overall right at the get-go. I kind of want to do a team that doesn't have a high overall, but is just in the rebuilding phase, and you just have to rebuild yourself. So here we are. Let's jump into this action right there. As you can see, Covington almost getting to the pick there, and Purdue is down 7 to start this game. So what they have to do is air the ball out, and on a 3rd and long, they attempt. And they missed the field goal there, so Indiana takes over at about the 50-yard line, just about. And I remember last game, Ohio State could not stop the triple option, but Purdue was actually doing a pretty good job at stopping the triple option. So I had to switch to the read option, more read option plays. So here Ramsey is in the pocket, rolling out, sliding inside the 20-yard line. So on a 3rd and 2, Ramsey's going to roll out to the right and this time get wrapped up by the defensive end, can't get out of his grasp. So we do settle for 3 points here. So on the road, this is a rivalry game. Remember, this is a rivalry game. So Purdue comes out, and if you have the coaching skills, you can come out in rivalry games hot. I don't know exactly what that means, but it looks like their throws are more accurate. They're breaking more tackles. So as you can see, look at these throws. These throws are pretty accurate. That time was allowed perfectly over the reach of myself in the linebacker position. So they throw a curl route inside the 30-yard line. So on a 3rd and 10, they try to throw deep, and that time Marcelino Ball, I tried to switch onto him as the user, but I could not get to it. So they get inside the 10-yard line, throw a 4-yard pass to Corey Holmes there on the slant route. So the Purdue Boilermakers cut the lead to just 3 in the second quarter with 4 minutes left. Here we are giving the ball to Ramsey here on a 3rd and 1. He slides in for the first down. So under 4 minutes left, Ramsey's going to drop back too far. Their guys were covering our guys pretty well on that one. So on a 2nd and long, Ramsey finds a running lane, gets to the outside, cuts it to a 3rd and 5. Almost 3 minutes left in the quarter, but Devontae Williams gets stopped on a 3rd down. I thought I could run that one and possibly get the first down on a surprise run play, but we do get the ball back. And the Purdue Boilermakers up to this point, they haven't been doing anything except throwing the ball pretty much. That's the only way they've been able to move the ball. So we do get these couple stops here in this first half. So once again, under 2 minutes left, giving the ball to Devontae Williams, just trying to keep him honest there in the running game. But here Ramsey has an open running lane, getting to the outside here on a nice 20-yard run. So now we're on the other side of the 50 on the 1st and 10, but their pass rush is getting in there. Our receivers aren't getting open on that one. So on a 2nd and 17, Simi Cobbs is going to run a corner route, get open inside the 10-yard line. So on a 1st and goal,
I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.
And that one's going to be picked up in the end zone by Jashawn Harris. That play was all luck. I thought I could dive for that, but I forgot. On Heisman difficulty, your guys just straight up fumble. Whenever you dive and get hit, they just straight up fumble. So they get the ball back. This is to start the second half on a 4th and 4. Try to get it out to the flat, but they cannot get the first down. So we take over to start the third quarter with the balls on a 3rd and 6, finding Timian across the middle to the 50-yard line. So Timian is actually a junior. I was looking at him before this game started. He's a junior, so I'm going to have him back for the start of the next season as a senior. And I actually like him in the slot because he has some speed. I think he's 90 speed. He has pretty good route running. He can catch the ball as well. But here, Mike Majette is getting into the end zone, and this Indiana lead is going to grow by 3 scores, and the Purdue Boilermakers aren't doing much running the ball, as you can see there, trying to get to the outside, so they resort to a 3rd down screen, and their running back Jones is going to get a nice 30-yard reception there. So on a 2nd and 7, their quarterback is dropping back to pass. Is Blow, is that how you say it, Blow? He gets the ball over the middle to Markel Jones once again. And on a play action on a 1st and 10, finding his receiver Holmes over the middle. Now they're inside the 10-yard line. And on a 3rd and 7, they drop back to pass. And their quarterback's going to find a receiver out in the flat, Pittman. And look at that play. I had 3 defenders around him. He breaks a tackle in the air. Look at this. And then gets around a user tackle and then just stiff arms past another tackle, gets into the end zone, and that's purely that Heisman cheese. I mean, Heisman just doesn't make any sense. They make incredible plays that, you couldn't make it as a user. So they break like 5-6 tackles in one play. I mean that's just insane. So here we are trying to do too much, throwing another curl route. That time, that was just a great play by the safety. I kind of make a mistake there, and they take over, and on the first play get in for the touchdown. Markel Jones up the middle. So our lead is only 3 points here in the 3rd quarter, going into the 4th, getting the ball to Ian Thomas. And once again, Rams going to roll out right. Like I said, this is what I'm talking about. When I throw on the run sometimes with Ramsey, he's accurate. Other times it's just like stupid inaccurate. But here we are on a 1st and 10, using his legs, getting a 70-yard run. But that play is actually going to injure Ramsey. So Lego is going to get his shot as a senior coming in. This is actually funny because it's senior day. This is his last game that he plays as a senior before his bowl game. And he gets in the game. So on a 4th and 2 here, we're going to actually go for it. Ramsey is back in the game. He's only out for a few plays. He's going to get the 1st down up into the 10-yard line. So on a 1st and 10, Mike Majette's going to get the ball up the middle to the 5-yard line. And on the goal line, Devontae Williams is going to get the handoff up the middle. And this lead, I mean, this is kind of a close lead. This is a really close game. I go for 2 on that, so it's actually an 11-point game at this point. But their offense is just moving the ball through the air, not much on the ground. I mean, they're just getting open. I mean, these little tight windows, they're getting open. That time the quarterback is finding Jones on the post corner route, and once again, Brown is just going to get burnt, and this is very uncharacteristic of him, getting burnt passed for a deep 50-yard pass, and Markel Jones is going to run it in on the 2-point conversion. So now we're at 2 minutes left. I just need to run the ball, milk this clock, and here's another triple option. Ramsey's going to get up the middle, and this one's going to get to about past the 50-yard line. And a couple of plays later, Ramsey's going to have an open lane run all the way to the 20-yard line. And that's going to seal the game for the Indiana Hoosiers. And just like that, man, we win this rivalry game. And Ramsey doesn't do much damage through the air, but does all of it on the ground, 92 yards rushing. Devontae Williams doesn't have a 100-yard game for the first time in a long time, actually. But the story of this game, man, the reason why it was so close, we had no sacks, no interceptions. It was a bad defensive game for us, but we have our work cut out for us going in to see who we're going to play in this bowl game. Remember what we saw before? It was a Buffalo Wild Wings bowl against West Virginia. We'll see, man, because after beating Ohio State and actually beating Purdue here to end the season, we don't know where we're going to end up. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for our bowl game.